You know, I don't know. Boxing is a lot of wear and tear on the body. Maybe so. I'm not really sure.
Take out cash on all my houses and just bet everything on AJ. I don't, being that we live in a world where I don't trust anything, I wouldn't be able to do that because there's no shot if it's a real deal thing. AJ doesn't do anything but knock out his Paul.
Less than AJ to flatten him. If AJ doesn't flatten him, then he underachieved in the fight.
This fight isn't just hype. It's a brutal reality check waiting to happen, and Floyd Mayweather makes that crystal clear when breaking down Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua. Floyd stresses that boxing is a sport built on wear and tear, damage accumulated over years, not just viral moments or confidence. He highlights that Joshua's sheer size, elite strength, and natural heavyweight power create a dangerous imbalance. AJ has faced real punishment, survived wars, and learned what it means to endure at the highest level. At the same time, Floyd reminds fans that once the bell rings, nothing is guaranteed. Boxing thrives on chaos, momentum shifts, and sudden endings, keeping this matchup compelling and risky for fans, fighters, and critics worldwide.
Not any real interest.
I'm pretty sure I'll watch it.
Strip away the hype, and this matchup looks less like a spectacle and more like a mismatch, and MMA fighter Suggestion Ali makes that point without hesitation. He compares Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua to Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor, but stresses the comparison ends quickly. Conor was bigger than Floyd, yet the gap was manageable. The physical difference between Jake and AJ, he argues, is on an entirely different and far more dangerous scale. Ali explains that Floyd survived because of decades of elite experience, airtight defense, and a ring IQ few fighters ever reach. Those tools allowed Mayweather to neutralize size. Jake simply does not possess that depth, seasoning, or technical mastery. When that reality meets Joshua's proven heavyweight power and professional pedigree, Ali sees no believable path to victory. In his view, size plus skill plus power leaves Jake outmatched the moment the bell rings for him.
And loses a decision to AJ, I think that's a win. That's a massive win.
Yeah.
If he goes out there, goes 8 3-minute rounds with Anthony Joshua, that is a win.
What is it? What is Anthony Joshua? Is he a boxer or is he a MMA or who is he?
He's one of the. He's like a professional world champion boxer.
He's fought the best of the best boxers.
He's fought Tyson Fury. He's fought Usyk. He's fought. He's a legitimate professional boxer. He's not an influencer.
Yeah, he's legit, right?
He is a dude. Did you see him knock out Francis Ngannou?
Oh, he knocked out Francis Ngannou?
Bash in the second round.
Oh, okay, I remember. That's when Francis went to boxing.
Francis went to boxing, fought Tyson Fury, like arguably the greatest heavyweight of all time. And some people think
that's the big white dude, right?
Beat Tyson Fury. They're like a lot of people think Francis beat him. So Francis fights Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua knocks him out cold in 2 rounds. Did you see that knockout? Do you remember it? Fresh off your head?
No, I don't.
Let me show you. Francis.
That's crazy. So this guy and Anthony, what's his name? Anthony Joshua?
Yeah.
He's not even like out of his prime, right? He's still
no. He's
still there.
This isn't like that long ago.
Damn. Watch. What if Jake knocks him out?
Dude, it's gonna. I don't. It's fucking insane.
How big's Jake? What's Jake? Wait.
Jake probably 6'1", 220, 15.
Be like Conor knocking out Floyd.
No.
You don't think
dude, Conor was that much bigger than Floyd.
True.
Like he was
That's
bigger,
a good point.
but not
so you
that.
Think this is significantly more impressive.
This is nuts. Watch
that. Would you say that? This is more impressive if he's able to beat someone like that?
If Jake beats Anthony Joshua, is it more impressive than Conor beat? I don't know. That's tricky. I don't know. If Conor.
While many voices focus only on outcomes and knockouts, Shane Mosley offers a composed and realistic view of Jake Paul's place in boxing. Mosley explains that even if Jake suffered a brutal knockout loss, it would not signal the end of his journey. He sees Jake as a fighter who enjoys experimenting, learning, and testing limits rather than chasing perfection. A single defeat, no matter how dramatic it appears, does not erase the work Jake has put in or the doors still open ahead. Mosley reminds fans that boxing history is full of fighters who grew stronger after setbacks. Losses teach discipline, patience, and awareness that wins often cannot. Jake, in Mosley's view, is young enough to recover, driven enough to adapt, and ambitious enough to turn failure into fuel. He does not treat boxing like a quick stunt or temporary spotlight. Instead, he approaches it as a long-term project, accepting risks and consequences along the way. Because of that mindset, Mosley believes the experiment continues, regardless of results, with Jake using every experience as a step forward rather than an ending. Growth in boxing often begins where comfort ends, and Jake seems willing to walk there.
Smoke, let's say like Francis Ngannou did against Joshua. Is this the end of the Jake Paul experiment?
I would say no. No. I just think that he just dared to be great and tried to, jump up and fight somebody, that he thought maybe he can exploit or something. I don't know.
Can't fault him for that, right?
Vidal Riley doesn't sugarcoat his assessment, and his message lands with heavy pressure on Anthony Joshua. Riley states that if Joshua fails to completely dominate Jake Paul, then it should be viewed as an underachievement, not a competitive surprise. The expectations, he explains, are sky-high because Joshua carries a championship resume, elite heavyweight size, and years of experience at the very top of the sport. This is not simply another fight, but a moment where Joshua is expected to show the clear difference between a seasoned heavyweight and a cruiserweight newcomer who crossed over from a different career path. Riley's tone suggests responsibility as much as confidence. In his view, Joshua is not just fighting Jake, he is defending the standards of elite boxing. Allowing an inexperienced challenger to hang around too long would invite uncomfortable questions about Joshua's sharpness, timing, and authority in the ring. Riley believes dominance should be immediate, controlled, and undeniable. The fight, he argues, should visually resemble a mismatch from the opening moments. If it turns competitive or drags deeper than expected, then Joshua has failed to deliver what his talent, power, and pedigree demand. For Riley, greatness is measured by how clearly you separate yourself from opponents you are supposed to beat decisively.
Jake Paul, Anthony Joshua.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts? You know both men. You probably know AJ a bit more, but what's your thoughts on the fight?
I mean, I expect nothing less than AJ to flatten him. If AJ doesn't flatten him, then he underachieved in the fight. It's as simple as that. Like, he's supposed to smoke Jake Paul as the former two-time heavyweight champion of the world. If he doesn't do that, then it's subpar. And anyone that's...
Gareth A. Davies delivers a rare note of concern that cuts through the hype and bravado surrounding this matchup, making it clear that his biggest hope is that Jake Paul is not seriously hurt on fight night. Davies acknowledges Jake's courage for accepting such a dangerous challenge, but he strongly warns that Anthony Joshua's power is not something to gamble with. According to Davies, Joshua is a true heavyweight whose size, speed, and explosive force exist on a level Jake has never experienced. He worries that Jake may not fully grasp the danger until punches start landing, when the shock of heavyweight power becomes unavoidable. Davies explains that the difference in impact, timing, and physical intensity could be overwhelming, even for a well-conditioned athlete. His comments are driven by genuine fear for Jake's safety, not criticism or disrespect. He repeatedly emphasizes that AJ's power is unique and unforgiving, forged against elite opponents at the highest level. While Davies notes that Jake's team may feel confident and prepared, he stresses that preparation alone cannot erase biological reality. Training plans, strategy, and belief do not change mass, leverage, or knockout force. In Davies' view, this fight carries risk, and the concern is not whether Jake is brave enough, but whether the danger is too great to manage once the bell rings safely.
We know this game, Gareth. I respect Jake tremendously for taking it. You kind of have to, right? But, I mean, I know there's a lot of money in there as well, but still the opportunity and the thought of chin, flush on the chin by AJ isn't particularly nice. We know his sparring looks good, Lawrence Coley, Jarrell, no, he's not, Jared Anderson, Frank Sanchez, etc. But there's no way in hell, is there?
What, we see an upset?
Yeah.
No, I mean, you can't. If you work in this industry and you know the fight sports world, you can't go with Jake Paul. The only thing you can perceive really is AJ tripping over and breaking an ankle, not being able to stand up after it looks like Jake Paul flipped him with the left, where he's playing possum on the rope, so he's throwing an overhand right that doesn't touch him or whatever. And it's mired in controversy forever. As I said, and as I spoke to Darren and Jake Paul at the press conference in Miami a couple of weeks back, Jake Paul does that in the biggest history.
Anderson Silva approaches the Jake Paul discussion with respect and emotion, praising the discipline and work ethic many critics refuse to acknowledge. Silva calls Jake a Real fighter, not because of hype, but because of the hours he puts into training and the seriousness he brings into every bout. He argues that Jake's willingness to face dangerous opponents proves authenticity, not gimmicks, and that improvement never happens by accident. It is built through consistency, sacrifice, and courage. Silva also calls out lazy critics who sit outside the arena throwing opinions, saying the difference is simple. Jake has the nerve to step into the ring, take risks, and keep working every single day, while others only talk. But Wade from the Wade Concept delivers a harsher reality check, pointing to leaked sparring footage where Jake appears to be getting hit far too often. Wade believes those defensive lapses become extremely dangerous against Anthony Joshua, a heavyweight with elite reach, a vicious jab, and a devastating lead hook. According to Wade, if Jake struggles to avoid clean shots in the gym against fighters like Lawrence Oakley, those same problems will be magnified against AJ. While some argue that getting hit in camp helps fighters learn, Wade believes the limited time to adjust and the physical gap may be too much to overcome. Paulie Malignaggi adds confidence mixed with caution, stating Joshua should knock Jake out, yet reminding everyone that boxing is chaotic and nothing is ever guaranteed. TalkSport shifts focus to business, emphasizing Jake's unmatched drawing power and financial impact regardless of results. Others raise serious safety concerns, questioning whether the fight should even be sanctioned. Steve Bunce is blunt, calling the matchup reckless and rejecting any narrative that Joshua is vulnerable. In the end, this fight represents more than punches. It's ambition versus reality, courage versus danger, and money versus consequence. If you want honest breakdowns, real boxing insight, and no sugarcoating, smash the like button, share this video, and subscribe now so you never miss what's next.